What's going on, guys? I got a little 26G Mini X here, and we are gonna finish the electrical install. It's been about 3 years since I run an excavator, so we'll see how this works out. The skills are a little rusty, but we're gonna come down right where this pipe's at and dig a hole, and then I'll do the trench a little bit later because I got some other stuff I want to do this afternoon. I got a man lift sitting over here, and I'm gonna put the trim up on the other end of the building. I got that on this end with a ladder, and I want to do this on the other end over here before it gets dark this afternoon, and then I'm going to finish this trench probably tomorrow. So that's what we got going on. I'm gonna give y'all a little view here on the machine digging a little bit. guys, we got our trench dug, or ditch dug, whatever you want to call it here. The Mini X is a little bit weak with that wide bucket and this hard dirt. I knew it would be, but just took a little more time to get it done, but got it done, and getting ready to put the pipe and the wire in the ground. I probably won't get much of that on video. I got somebody coming to help me feed the wire in, and so I'm going to be kind of busy. But anyway, I got the trench dug all the way to the shop over there, and I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, how deep it is, but tape measure here. That is 5 foot right there, so I'd say the shallowest is probably around 4, and the deepest is probably around 5. So shouldn't nobody hit the wire planting flowers or nothing. If they do, they're planting it way too deep. It ain't gonna grow. So anyway, I get this wrapped up and get it covered up, and then we'll move on to wiring it in the panel, and I'll get some of that on video because that won't be as rushed. This here, I got this equipment rented, and I got to kind of get this done while I got the equipment rented in the time that I have to do it today. And so I'm just getting my day started. I want to make a little video of this, but I'll get this covered up and we'll get back on started wiring it in the panel. Well, I didn't exactly get to record a whole lot of the day or the weekend events. I worked 8 hours Friday on this project, getting the electrical done, the whole ditch and everything. And we worked, I had some help on Saturday, and we worked 16 hours Saturday. I was here by myself about 4 of that, and then I had help for about 12. But anyway, I got this done and in the ground. Like I said, you've seen how deep the trench was. It's about 4 to 5 foot, and went on out to the shop with it. And there's a little 26G I did it with, and the 400S man lift. I had to put some trim up. I actually did the trim on this end of the building off a ladder, and could not do the other side back there, so I had to get the man lift to do the other side of the trim. And I went ahead, and while I had the man lift here, I replaced my extension cords in the ceiling up there going to my lights with some Romex, and I foamed up the ends up there where I had a little gap because I didn't put a board in between my lab boards up there. I foamed up where the trim is so no wasp gets in. And this is a panel, got it wired up. These are on a 100-amp breaker. These are the mains coming in. This is the ground wire coming out of the house. I do not have a ground wire going to the ground rod yet down here. Forgot to pick one up, but I'll do that. Ground it onto the ground bar, and it's my understanding this is the way you wire a sub panel. You have to use a ground wire, ground bar, and wire it like this, with all your grounds going to this ground bar and your neutrals going to your neutral bars. Whereas a primary panel, you would put your neutrals on one bar and your grounds on another bar. Even though these are 2 neutral bars, they're connected together. But this has not got power going to it yet. I mean, all I got to do is turn the breaker on in the house and it will. So it's wired where I can, flip the breaker in there and I'll have power out here. I just run a piece of Romex over to a plug box on the wall right here, so I can plug in and have, without running an extension cord all the way to the back porch, to have something to work with. I've got the lights wired on the outside of the building out here on the soffit. If you can see that up there, but I got can lights right there going down through there. There's 3 of them. They're wired, and they're wired on the photo sensor, so that when it gets dark it'll come on after I get everything turned on. And I got all the stuff cleaned out of here except for those ladders and a shovel and a wheelbar and knickknacks. We corrected all the formwork, which I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but put these forms up and I didn't have anything like this block here keeping it off the post, and the forms had leaned in because all the rain had settled the dirt and pushed the form in. I intended to go ahead and get the concrete done whenever I'd done the forms, but that never happened. So then I had to go back and take that Mini X and dig out around and pull the form outward, put a spacer block here, and then backfill it back together. Because the way this works, my outside lath board will be the same thickness as the spacer block here, and then the tin will come down beside it where this lip's at, and it'll create a lip for the tin to set on and go up under here. But anyway, so I had to do all that, and you can see down the back side here, went all the way around the building, did all of that, cleaned all this up back here, and got everything outside. And we finished the form up over here on the front. This is all new boards here. Finished this form up all the way down the front side, so I can't use the shop anymore until I get the concrete done. But all I like from that is some of the spots had filled back in with dirt, like this right here. I've got to finish digging that out. I dug on it a little bit with the excavator, and I missed that spot there, but I went around and kind of loosened it up there and dug out what I could a little bit as quick as I could, because it done got pretty late when I was doing that, and I was trying to get that formwork done before we called it a day. But so got that done. I got to go back and take a shovel and just shovel this and throw it on the outside of the form, and then we'll be ready to lay some plastic in here and start putting rebar down. But other than that, that's pretty much the weekend, how it went. I did a few other things with the equipment while I had it here. I trimmed some limbs on this tree up here that were hanging, and let's see, that's the fuel tank that I built that was inside. I had to move it outside. This is down behind the back of the building where I went down through here and cleaned this out some and fixed the forms. But yeah, so we will be getting ready to put some concrete down before too long, within the next month or so anyway. I just can't, I won't be able to use the building anymore like I was, because I got it formed up and everything. But I got to get some plastic and get that down, and I got to get the rebar brought out, and I'll start tying it and everything myself throughout the next month or so as I have time on the weekends and whatnot. Get that done. I hate that I didn't get any more of this on video than the little bit I did when I got started, but that's how it worked out. And this rental equipment's going to cost me somewhere around $800 to have this brought out like this for both pieces of equipment and brought back with tax and everything on it. And so I had to get everything done that I needed to get done while I had it here. And it's a little time consuming to make videos and edit everything when you're trying to get something done, and especially when you got somebody helping you. You can't just stop and let me get the camera, let me record this. It's a little difficult, but anyway, we got everything done that I wanted to get done, and they're coming to get the rental equipment in the morning, and I'm fixing to leave and go carry some lumber, go back to work, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah.